Welcome back to today's deep dive. We're looking at a really interesting guide today, focusing on the first 5 questions from questions to ask before you get engaged.
That's right.
And these aren't just, casual chat prompts.
Right.
The idea is they help you really know your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Avoid that whole marrying a stranger scenario, basically.
Exactly. And connecting this to the bigger picture, asking these questions now, really digging in, it could save you a lot of heartache later.
Or maybe just confirm you're totally on the right track.
Or confirm it. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it's about getting that clarity before things get serious, building that solid foundation.
Okay, so let's unpack these. Question 1 for the guide is, what makes it easy for you to be open and vulnerable, and what makes it difficult? Sounds simple, but I guess there's a lot beneath the surface.
Oh, absolutely. What's fascinating is how the answers give you a kind of roadmap. It's not just about if your partner can be vulnerable.
Right.
It's also about understanding what you need to do, what kind of environment helps them open up.
So you play a role in their vulnerability.
A huge role.
Yeah.
The guide really emphasizes that genuine openness, that ability to be truly seen. It's non-negotiable for a lasting marriage. You need to know what helps and what hinders their specific ability to open up.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
Okay, moving on. After vulnerability comes, fear. Question 2 is, what is your greatest fear or concern about being married? What have you done to address these concerns? This feels pretty direct.
it is direct, and necessarily so. What's important here is, first off, fears about marriage are normal. Lots of people have them.
Okay.
But this pushes you to ask, are they realistic fears? Where do they actually come from? Is it past stuff, family history?
Things maybe they haven't even thought about consciously.
Exactly. And the guide suggests it's so much better to get these out in the open now, maybe even get some outside perspective or help if needed,
Yeah.
rather than discovering these deep-seated fears, after you've already said, I do. It's like identifying potential landmines beforehand.
Definitely better to know up front. Okay, number 3 gets really interesting. It's about interdependence. It asks, if you were to marry, in what way would you maintain a healthy interdependence? What would you depend upon each other for, and what would you take personal responsibility for?
Yeah, this one's key because it tackles how you function as a we without losing the me.
Right, avoiding that complete merging.
Exactly. It's not about becoming one indistinguishable blob, right?
Yeah.
The guide, kind of echoing ideas from things like boundaries and dating, stresses defining those, let's call them property lines in the relationship.
Property lines.
Yeah.
Like emotionally.
Sort of. It's about consciously deciding what's my stuff to handle, what responsibilities are solely mine, and where do we lean on each other? What do we share?
Like finances, maybe? Or chores.
Yeah.
Or even emotional support.
Precisely. Defining who handles what you expect from each other, and what you'll manage yourself. It prevents a lot of unspoken assumptions later on. It defines the actual structure of your partnership.
Got it. Okay, moving to question 4. This one feels very practical, but also deep. Describe how you were disciplined as a child. If you have children, how will your discipline be the same, and how will it be different than what you experienced?
Mm-hmm. And what's really fascinating here is just how much our own upbringing creates these sort of unconscious scripts for how we think about parenting.
Things we don't even realize we're carrying.
Often, yes. So discussing this early on reveals potential clashes in discipline styles, way before kids are even in the picture. Because unless
Right.
you actively talk about it and decide differently,
You just default to what you know.
you often default to what you experienced, yeah, even if you didn't like it. So understanding each other's background and intended approach allows you to get on the same page. Maybe even start reading some parenting books together. It's never too early.
Good point. Okay, final one for this first set, number 5. This is very personal. What are 5 reasons a person would want to spend the rest of their life with you, and 3 reasons they wouldn't? Wow, that requires some serious self-reflection.
It really does. It's a soul-searching kind of question. And the guide points out it's less about the exact answers they give and more about gauging their self-awareness. Can they actually articulate strengths and weaknesses realistically?
And what if they struggle with the reasons they wouldn't part?
Well, that's telling. If someone genuinely can't think of any reasons someone might not want to be with them forever, the guide suggests being cautious.
Really? Why is that?
It could indicate a lack of insight, maybe a blind spot about how they impact others. And that self-awareness gap can be a really significant hurdle in a lifelong partnership.
Okay, that makes sense. So, wrapping up this first batch,
Yeah.
What does this all mean for you? Listening in, these first 5 questions, they really seem to lay the groundwork, don't they?
They absolutely do. They set the stage for much deeper understanding, for truly honest conversations.
Building that strong foundation we talked about?
Yeah, indeed. The more good, solid information you have before an engagement about their inner world, their fears, their expectations, the better equipped you are to make a really informed, wise decision about spending your lives together. It's about being proactive.
Thank you for joining us today, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.